What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Welcome to From the Top Rope with Andrew Crawford. I'm your boy Andrew Crawford, not Ego, but I look like Ego. Close enough, am I right? I think I'm right. And tonight on the channel, I say tonight because it is 1:15 a.m. when I'm recording this, my Wrestlemania 41 predictions. I've kind of tried to put this off until SmackDown, well, later tonight, in about 18 hours, because I want to know if Randy's going to have a match, who's facing, blah, 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 blah. I'll talk about it Monday on my review, Tuesday, whenever I record it. I don't know about Monday because I've got work and I got an eye doctor's appointment. It's going to be hectic. But anyways, so yeah, I'm not going to go night by night. I'm just going to go how excited I am for each match. Yeah, let's talk about it. Jade and Naomi is kind of my match of least interest, and I'm not ragging the women's division. I'm not talking bad about it, but I think they kind of burned it out, waiting until March to tell us who it was, when it was low-key obvious the entire time. I think it could have been revealed, and then, but unfortunately Jade is hurt, so now it's just a wait of, oh, when's Jade gonna be back? And then I'm sure, we could have predicted, oh, Mania season, but such is the way the world works. I think Jade and Naomi's gonna be really fun. I think the only way that match could be ruined is if Jade squashes. I think make it competitive, let it be a good, I'm not saying no 25 minutes, but I'm saying maybe 10 minutes. You know, you get some good cowardly heel stuff from Naomi, you get Jade's overpowering, you get what these two girls can do, which they're very good at what they do, and it's going to be a good match. The New Day versus the War Raiders for the Raw World Tag Team Championships. I don't know. I think maybe you get I'm gonna say the War Raiders retain. I know it's Mania and I know it's the time for new champions to be crowned, but bro, the Raw Tag Division is an L, while the SmackDown Tag Division is finally picking up steam. I kind of wish they'd replace this match with the Motor City Machine Guns versus the Street Profits, but they won't. But my prediction is the War Raiders, and I think they're going to have this at Mania because it could be a big E moment, and his music hits, he comes out, doesn't do anything physical because I don't know his next situation at the moment. He's probably retired, he will probably never wrestle again, I'm sad about that. But he still comes out, costing the match, and he's like, and it's just really funny. Yeah, I'm not very excited for this match. I could care less, I won't lie. I'm the only Rumble winner I'm not excited about seeing is Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton, because this literally just feels like an excuse for Charlotte to win, and I'm gonna hate my life. I love Charlotte. She can go in the ring and maybe in-ring one of the best women's wrestlers of all time. But I truly feel like, to an extent, she has been shoved down the fans' throats since she debuted a decade ago. And I am ready for her to go ahead and call it quits, because I'm so sick of seeing her in the ring. Not to mention, she is so injury-prone at this point. I cannot remember the last time she wrestled a full 365-day calendar year. Actually, no, she did in 2022 to 2023, but still, bro, I don't exactly miss her, bro. Honestly, had it not been for the vignettes, I would have forgot she was even on the roster. I won't even lie. But I'm gonna pray to God Tiffany Stratton wins. I'm literally going to, when I say my prayer to the good Lord in heaven above tonight, pray that Tiffany Stratton wins at Mania. Not even exaggerating. Like, when I hit my knees to pray tonight, I will ask God to let Tiffany Stratton win at WrestleMania. But I still think it's going to be a fun match. Don't get me wrong. I think it's still going to be a great match. But I'm going to pray for Tiffany, but I'm going to predict Charlotte. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre in a street fight. This match is going to cook. I'm sorry, I don't care what anyone else says. I'm genuinely excited for every other match before the aforementioned 3. And I mean genuinely, like, very pumped up. Including, like, it makes sense since Damian eliminated Drew from the Rumble. He eliminated Drew from the Chamber. They got history from back in the Judgment Day. They have a lot of stuff you could bring up. And they're having a street fight in Las Vegas, Sin City, and they called it a Sin City street fight. It's very thematic, but I love it. I'm excited for it, not as much as every other match on the card. But I'm gonna raise an unopened Powerade in hopes that Damian Priest wins. And I know what y'all are, but Drew's the MVP of 2025, and he should get his Mania moment. He should get his Mania moment. But do you think a one-match feud with Damian Priest is a WrestleMania moment? No. Drew's moment in front of a crowd will be a title. It will be a world title. But it will not be against Damian Priest. But with Damian, while he's 40-something, he can still go in the ring. I say Damian wins, and you start to push him back into the U.S. title picture, and we get Damian Priest and Jacob Fatu down the line. Spoiler alert for my next prediction. The United States Championship, Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight. Yeah. I'm pulling for Jacob Fatu, bro. Here's my thing. I love LA Knight. I think LA Knight's popularity is only outshined by 4 guys on the roster. 5 or 6, maybe. But I think it's time for LA Knight to also be pushed a little better into the main event scene. So what I'm predicting, Jacob Fatu wins with this kind of caveat. He has to win it clean because we want to show that he can be a dominant force and start to build his stock even more than it already is. With LA Knight, the only way I see him winning is Solo Sikoa costing Jacob Fatu the match, and Solo's kind of like, man, you still love me, right? And Solo's doing this, he's about to, and you think he's going to say I love you, but he screams I hate you, Solo, and super kicks him into next month. That is the only reason I think Jacob Fatu would have to lose. But I think Jacob Fatu wins, and maybe we get the Solo Jacob Fatu feud for the U.S. title. Because I think that is, I don't think it's where Solo belongs. I don't think he belongs in the U.S. title scene, but I think he needs to rebuild himself after losing the New Bloodline, losing the feud with Cody. He needs to rebuild everything about it. But yeah, my prediction is Jacob Fatu. Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano, aka probably Chad Gable. I think this match is going to be really fun. Rey Mysterio's really good. Chad Gable's really good. Or El Grande Americano is really good. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a great match. And I think El Grande Americano is going to win. I think the build weirdly makes sense. Chad Gable left to find the arts of Lucha Libre. He now has a Lucha Libre alter ego. And he's going to fight Rey Mysterio. And he's going to win because he has discovered the dark arts of Lucha Libre. And it's going to be awesome. And it's going to be stupid. And it's going to be fun. And that is what I love in wrestling. I love stupid and I love fun. Something that makes no sense but makes sense at the same time. That is what this feud is. And I think it's going to be great. I don't know how to explain it. I just think it's going to be peachy. Great. The fatal 4-way match for the Intercontinental Championship. For the first time in God knows how long, there's no wrong winner here. There is not a wrong choice to win. Penta wins, instantly showing, hey, he's only been here a few months, but look how good this guy is. We're going to give him a lot more gold. Braun Breaker, let him continue his reign of dominance. But if he loses, throw him right in the main event scene with Jey Uso, with Gunther, with those guys. Finn Balor, bro's been on a losing streak. Give him some gold. Give him something. He's Finn Balor. He's one of the best in-ring workers of my generation. And he's really good. It would be great. Dominic Mysterio, literally getting better by the week. I do not know how people can still crap on Dom other than for the fact that he's a heel. And they're just following who they're supposed to cheer and boo. Like my mom, I love my mama. She's one of the best people I know. Hates Dominic Mysterio because he's a heel. She gets it. You're supposed to boo the bad guys. And she does that. Unless your name is Drew McIntyre. Or Kevin Nash, for anyone wondering. No wrong winner. I think the only wrong decision that will be made in this Fatal 4-Way is if Penta was to get pinned. I mean that. If Penta eats the pin in this match, I don't care how good the match is the rest of the way. I will pencil it as one of the worst Mania matches ever. Because you went from building him up as a megastar to instantly crushing him by letting him eat the pin. Which Penta will not eat the pin, let's be honest. It will either be Finn or Dom. Braun or Penta will win. Or maybe Dom pins Balor and Dom wins, and I'm gonna be very happy. But my prediction, I think Penta wins. The triple threat match for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Io Sky. I think this boils down to Io's the only one that doesn't have a Mania moment. And I think Triple H knows how good she is. And I think Triple H gives her Mania moment finally. Or Rhea. I'll be very happy with either of them. And I'll be honest, Bianca's great in the ring. There's just... maybe I'm still on a little bit of a hate moment for Bianca beating Asuka at Mania 39. Maybe I'm just sick of seeing Bianca with gold. But I don't think Bianca comes out of this. And I think maybe it's Io. I think maybe it's Rhea. I genuinely do not think it's Bianca. Maybe I'm wrong. I won't be mad at anyone winning this match, but I don't know who's going to win. Like, they have not clearly had the momentum in anyone's corner aside from Maria for the first like couple weeks when it was clear she was going to be in it, but we didn't think. But we were like, is WWE actually going to do it? Hold up. Looking very forward to this match, though. I think it's going to be fun. Logan Paul versus AJ Styles. I've been looking forward to this since the Rumble when Logan Paul eliminated AJ. AJ Styles, one of the best ever in ring. And if you disagree, watch about an hour, 2 hours of his TNA stuff, then come back and run your mouth at me about how good AJ was. And then if you still disagree, you need to hand over your license to be a wrestling fan because it has been revoked. I'm going to be straight up with you. And Logan Paul. Really, really good. We get Logan Paul, we get AJ Styles. It's going to be a banger. I mean, I feel like they didn't capitalize on the build soon enough. That's just how I feel. I feel like they should have started building this from like the minute Logan Paul eliminated AJ Styles, and I mean the like Logan eliminates AJ, AJ runs back in the ring, dumps out Logan Paul. That quick. That is how you start that feud. But I also think that we get a banger, and I think that Logan Paul advances his Wrestlemania record to, hold on, he won at 38, won at 40, wins at 41, 3-1. That's just me though. Okay, there's one match I forgot that I'm not very excited for, and honestly, I forgot it existed. The women's tag title match. The battle for who's going to have the nicer hubcaps on their car, basically. Because that is what the women's tag titles look like. Hubcaps. Guess Liv and Raquel retain. Maybe like Lyra eats the pin, and then Bayley attacks her after the match, turns heel again. Bayley wins the Intercontinental title. Actually, I think that kind of makes a lot of sense. Yeah, do that. Literally just do that. I'm going to predict Liv and Raquel, but I could also see a world where Bayley and Lyra win, and they like really show like, hey, look how good this Lyra chick is. She's got 2 titles at once. Jay versus Gunther. I'm genuinely excited for this. I wasn't until a couple weeks ago when Gunther killed Jimmy and like started putting the like wiping Jimmy's blood on his body and like going beast mode. And the next week Jay came out, didn't do the whole yeet thing, which is his whole thing at the moment. Grabbed a mic and basically told Gunther like, I'm gonna kill you, dude. And like cut this savage promo. And said, like, looked Gunther in the eyes and said, I'm gonna pray to God that he forgives me for the man I'm gonna become at WrestleMania when I beat you. And when I heard that, because I was at work and I wasn't actually like watching, but I had it on my phone, I had an AirPod in, and I heard that I stopped what I was doing. I was making mop water to get ready to clean up and go home, and I was like, oh, he said that. And genuinely, I was like, okay, this is gonna cook. This is gonna be really good. And honestly, am I expecting a clinic? No. I feel like this is gonna be a very match for the moment. They're going to basically have a decent little squabble, and then it's going to lead to a iconic celebration with Jay winning the world title and yeeting in front of Vegas, and it's going to be awesome. Jay's going to win. I want to see Jay win a world title, because there are not many wrestlers on the roster I genuinely think deserve the world championship more than Jay. Not because I'm a Jey Uso fan, not because I love his in-ring work, because I'm a fan of how hard he's worked. For 14 years, now 15, he's been on the roster. He's been working so hard in a tag team with Jimmy, with the Bloodline, his one-on-one feud with Roman in the pandemic, all the way up to now, and I think there's so much for Jay beyond his yeet, and I think he deserves it, and I think that Jay's gonna win. Maybe they give Gunther some time off. Maybe he goes right back into the main event scene. I don't know. Jay will not have the longest reign ever. He will not have the best reign ever. He will get his moment in the spotlight and drop it soon after, and honestly, Jay getting the moment will be fine. I will be so happy, and I will be yeeting along. But yeah, I'm predicting Jay. The triple threat main event for night 1. Oh my gosh, this is gonna rule. CM Punk Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and what might as well be a custody of Paul Heyman triple threat. I have different predictions for every possible winner. Paul Heyman screws Punk in the end, sides with Roman. Paul screws Roman over at the end and sides with Punk. Paul screws them both over at the end, and Seth Rollins is a Paul Heyman guy. Any of the three would be awesome because I love Paul Heyman, best manager ever. Eat your heart out, Bobby Heenan. Paul Heyman's the best manager ever. You have three guys that define professional wrestling. Seth Rollins defining so much of the modern era along with Roman. CM Punk not even being there, defining part of it because the fans, since he'd been gone, would not stop chanting CM Punk, CM Punk. And genuinely, this match is going to burn down in Vegas. It is going to be such a good match. I'm so excited. My ultimate prediction is Seth and Heyman are going to side, and Seth is going to win. And I think Roman eats the pin. And I think you continue a Roman and Seth feud, and it's completely centered around Roman has not beaten Seth. He has not directly pinned Seth. Still has not. I think that is the story they go with, and I think it is a beautiful story and a great story. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. Oh, this match. Oh, I'm so excited. Genuinely, this is a match I do not care who wins. I could care less about the winner of this match. If Cody wins, it's great. I really hope if Cody wins, they do a double turn and Cody turns heel and turns Cena back face. But a heel Cena breaking Flair's record, that is the most heel thing he could do, because the type of professional wrestler John Cena is a billion times different than the pro wrestler Ric Flair is. John Cena is the kind of pro wrestler that Ric Flair fans despise. So him breaking the record as a heel makes so much sense to me, and I'm here for it. I've never been a Ric Flair guy, so seeing John Cena break that record, I will be running around my house acting like I have zero common sense. I will get in the biggest Ric Flair face I know and go, like, I will talk reckless to every Ric Flair fan I know because of how much I dislike Ric Flair. I will be so excited. I'm predicting Cena, very obviously. Like, I will be repping my John Cena shirt on WrestleMania Sunday, being like a kid on Christmas waiting for that ref to hit 3 and Cena break the record. Genuinely. And those are my WrestleMania predictions. Don't know which day I'll upload this. Don't know which order I'll upload these videos. Just, yeah, hope y'all liked them. Have a good one. And unlike John Cena, I can see you and I will see you very soon.